Pay me, pay me, pay me my silver now. Pay me or go to jail. Pay me my silver
Good morning,
now.
Bix Weir, roadrunner.com. I just posted the latest Jenny Moonstone discussion about we went down that path, down the path of the event. We also talked about Silver Eagle production, whether or not it will stay where it is, which is everybody thinking, oh yeah, the criminal lack of production has changed, and all of a sudden the mint has gone to the good guys' side and making coins to meet demand. We discussed that, and by the end of the year, it's extremely important, by the way, especially if you own Silver Eagles or thinking about buying Silver Eagles. And then we talk about the new Clinton fund that just got resurrected. Really interesting stuff. Go check it out at the private road at roadtoruta.com. Let's talk about the U.S. Mint. They did not post anything they haven't posted for about a week and a half, which is telling me, and I asked Jenny this, that they're going to stop again. They're going to go back to their old ways. As I discussed with Jack Sermon, the head of Silver Eagle sales, back in May-June timeframe, he said he was allotted 4 million new blanks. First of all, that's illegal just to allot a minimum amount of blanks. They have to create Silver Eagles to meet demand, period. They should not be selling any other type of silver. None. Because Silver Eagles are the only mandated coin out of all those silver coins that the U.S. Mint makes. Ventures Gibson pats herself on the back all the time because, we make so much money for the government on the sale of all the numismatic coins. That's illegal. It's illegal to not use that silver in making Silver Eagles to meet demand. That's the only law there is that means anything. They aren't required by law to make the other coins. I know Ventures Gibson's never made money in her life, so she's all excited that the U.S. Mint is making money. And they're making money on the actual Silver Eagles and Gold Eagles, which is also illegal. So we cannot stop the pressure on the U.S. Mint. Send them emails, call them up. That's how I got in touch with Jack Sermon. I called up the Mint and I said, hey, I have some questions about the Silver Eagle program that you guys have abused. We were all of a sudden we're in second as far as production. Silver Eagle has always been the number one coin, and now we aren't. What are you guys doing? They couldn't answer my questions, so they said, we'll have someone get back to you, and got a call from Jack. Really great guy. Go to roadruta.com. Right on the front page, you can hear the whole discussion, 3-part discussion, where he admits, hey, my hands are tied. If the upper management is not going to allow me to sell Silver Eagles and is actually going to ask me to sell as few as possible, there's nothing I can do. I said, well, there is something we all could do, and that's send these assholes to jail. That's illegal. You cannot do that. So it looks like, I don't know. It's too soon to tell whether or not they're going to, if they're meeting demand this month, you should see well above the 3.1 million coins they made last month. And again, all these other silver coins should not be sold until the Silver Eagle program is meeting demand. So I'll keep an eye on it. If they were going at the pace that they, obviously improved in the last 3 months, if they're still going at that pace, we'll know it by the end of September. Because they would have done probably, there's more days in September, well over 3 million ounces. And right now, it doesn't like they're going to get there. It doesn't look like they're going to get there. Today's the 22nd. So same old for the U.S. Mint. Or maybe they stopped with the 4 million extra coins, which means that they'll either slow walk October and November with smaller and smaller productions, or they'll continue at this rate and stop production altogether in October. So we really do have a front row seat of whether or not the U.S. Mint is going to be living up to their legal obligation of making coins to meet demand. And it should be very obvious. If we end up between 19 and 20 million coins, That's what Jack Sherman said we'd end up. We're at 16.4. If they do another 1.5 this month to get to the 3 million, that'll put us at 18, and then just 1 more million, and then it's over. And then the premiums start spiking again. And we demand explanation from the U.S. Mint. Why are you doing this to the American people? Why are you doing this to the most popular silver coin in the world? Why are you doing this to the U.S. Mint's reputation around the world? How are we supposed to have any faith at all in the U.S. Mint if you're literally either too incompetent or too criminal to do what you're supposed to do as according to the law? That's where we are. That's the basic question. Will we have faith in the U.S. Mint going forward? Because we need faith in the Mint. We need a new money system. Hopefully everybody knows this shit's about to fall apart. And you're going to need something to restart the system. And it won't be Janet Yellen deciding. It won't be Ventures Gibson deciding. It won't be the IMF. It won't be the Federal Reserve System. It won't be the government officials. Most likely, we'll have to go back to our Constitution because that's the only thing we can trust. And the Constitution says silver and gold are the money of the United States, not debt money, Federal Reserve money, Federal Reserve notes from the Federal Reserve, criminal corporation. So, very interesting times. I'm going to keep on it, and they have to show their hand now that they've either going to make more than the 4 million, which should take us to 19, or they're not. If they're not, then what do? We keep screaming at them, keep yelling. Something happened in the last few months that someone got to them and said, hey, you better do this. Or maybe they know the end of the entire monetary system is coming faster and they're trying to get rid of all 4 million coins already. They might have already done that. Maybe they can't make any more because the allotment's already used up. I think it's a little light, so I would expect them to make coins into October. But remember, I mean, they used to shut down the U.S. Mint Silver Eagle production kind of early December timeframe so they can sell off the old years and work on the new years, that type of thing. And then a couple years it's been getting earlier and earlier. When David Ryder was in, they made them all the way up until December. But now we have a different mint director, a woman named Ventures Gibson, who's never worked in a mint in her life. Nice appointment, Joe. Apparently she's completely restructured the HR department. So they have all the diversity hires they need. But she's decided to tell all the mint employees, or the ones that matter, not to make any Silver Eagles. Don't do it. Don't do it. What's the minimum we can get away with is what she said. And that comes right from Janet Yellen. What's the minimum we can get away with? They know how important the silver market is. So, where are we on the silver market? We are battling, I mean, on the kind of superficial side, we're battling the moving averages, as you can tell right here. Right now, we are above the 200-day and the 100-day and just inching up to the 50-day. Now, theoretically, when it breaks through this, you'll get one of these. Either spike up and then come crashing down because the shorts are freaking out, or you get one of these, it'll spike up bigger, or it'll just keep going. And the big banks who are, their position right now is the low. It's the best setup for a run if the game still keeps going the way it was. Will it keep going the way it was? I'm not thinking it will. I think we're looking for chaos. I'm thinking shutdown of the comics. When the big event happens, I think definitely shut down of the comics. And then you can claim force majeure, act of God, whatever you want. But it's man-made, whatever this big event. Anybody in the woo-woo world sees it as being an event that is triggered by man, but they try to make it look like it's not man-made. Could be, I think it's a financial collapse, but nobody seems to, agree with me. Although, if any of the other world change type things happens, then it's a given that the financial collapse is happening. You need physical silver in your own possession now. You don't want anything in the banks. You don't want anything in in anything else except what you can hold in your own possession. If Coinbase holds your cryptos, kiss them goodbye. Remember, they work on a fiat money system. They pay their employees, and you won't see that cryptos. Those cryptos will be gone out of your life. I don't know if cryptos are going to be used in the future. It depends on what the event is and how big is this crash. Now, if it is a crash kind of designed around destroying the old fiat money system, yeah, cryptos should be great. By the way, if you hold any cryptos in Mt. Gox, they have extended for another year the payouts. Yes, that will be a total of 10 years that people who invested in Mt. Gox, a third party with their Bitcoin, it was just Bitcoin at the time, and Bitcoin Cash came out of it. But if you have money in Mt. Gox, that's what you're going to risk. That's third party risk. Those people do not deserve their money back. I had one Bitcoin in there a zillion years ago. Now they've chewed away at it and sold off all these Bitcoin. Oh, we have to restructure everything. It's just it's bullshit. I don't think they'll ever give that back. Because some of the people are the deep state pedo people who are waiting for their Bitcoin back and, think they're going to get rich that way. So as of today, I got an email today because I'm on their email list. I've already said, I'm not even, pennies on the dollar. When Bitcoin crashed, I think it was worth $400 Bitcoin. That's all you're going to get, maybe. Maybe. They've spent it all or used it all to suppress the prices. And that's exactly what happened the first big crash in cryptos. They used the Mt. Gox bankruptcy cryptos to suppress prices. I know. There is no rule of law in the world these days. You got to take care of yourself. Get your assets in your own possession. If you don't have all the silver you can muster right now, get some. Send an email to Andy Scheckman. Send it to info at milesfranklin.com. milesfranklin.com. He'll set you up. I don't know what he's got in inventory right now. I like buying what he's got in inventory because you know it's going to get shipped right away as soon as your money clears. And that's so important. You don't want to be waiting months. When this shit falls apart, when silver starts running and everybody's, oh, yeah, I'll get you silver, don't worry. And, will it happen? I've seen it way too many times that people put their money in and the dealer goes away and is gone, poof. And you're in bankruptcy court and it drags on like Mt. Gox. So let's keep that in mind. Definitely time to get your silver. Beyond anything, what Mt. Gox should have taught every single crypto investor and every single gold and silver investor is third parties are not reliable no matter how much you like them. But Bix, I like this, this gold thing. We can do this with this. No, gone. All of it. No third parties. 0 third parties. Or it's gone. Poof, gone. Especially with what's coming up on the horizon, the event. Keep that in mind. Interesting. Senator Bob Mendez and wife indicted over gold bar and other bribery schemes. Obviously, this is just I would say over 60-70% of Congress is 100% on the take. Yep, that's America, especially our president, which we all know, tens of millions of dollars have gone to him and his family. This might be a little precursor. So Bob Mendez and his wife have been indicted in New York for allegedly accepting bribes in relation to an allegedly corrupt relationship they had with 3 businessmen from their home state. The indictment also charges 3 businessmen, Will Hanna, Jose Uribe, and Fred Dybes. Those bribes include cash, gold, payment towards a home mortgage, compensation for low or no-show jobs, a luxury vehicle, and other things of value, reads the indictment. So, yeah, is this opening the floodgate for all Congress to be indicted? And the president and the vice president and maybe even the Treasury Secretary, although I think she's too stupid to take a bribe. What does this open up the floodgates for is the question. And I think this is the first of many of these we're going to see because they're all on the take. I'd say 80-90%. Bix, you just said 60 to 70. That's the problem. We don't know. We don't know who the good guys are and the bad guys and how deep, is a little bribe okay or is a big bribe okay? Is Is selling secrets to the Chinese government by the leaders of the Democratic Party okay? What's okay? Nothing. None of it. Put them all in jail. Remember, I always say, there'll be no deciders when the system falls down. We're not going to trust the government. We're not going to trust the Fed. We're not going to trust the IMF, the World Bank, Federal Reserve System. We won't trust anything. We can go back to the Constitution. That's why we need to trust the mint. That's why I'm screaming at the mint every day. All right. I'm going to play this. This is a German politician. Listen to what she says. I love this.
We just need to find a way to wake the people up. Because the point is simply this. It comes down to a choice. It's either freedom, democracy, and the rule of law, or enslavement. There is no such thing in between. There is no such thing as a little freedom, a little democracy, a little rule of law, just as there is no such thing as a little enslavement.
She goes on and just calls out everybody. That's the kind of leader that I would trust in. But that's the kind of leader that they get rid of. 10 to 1, some scandal will break about her. Russell Brand, they're trying to get off now. They've defunded Russell Brand because some crazy women 20 years ago say, oh, yeah, he sexually assaulted me. Are we really in that same world, the Me Too movement? My God. Anyway, go check that out. Her name is Christine Anderson. She's an MEP, which is a German politician. And she's been calling out Trudeau, all kinds of people, saying, you're bastards. She doesn't hold her tongue. Listen to the last line of this speech. I love it.
Get to? Simply don't let them grind you down anymore. You are worth it. You are deserving of just standing up for yourselves and tell them all to go to hell. Thank you very much.
Agreed. I remember one of my favorite symbols of the Wall Street, Occupy Wall Street movement was, for a while there, people were writing no on their hand. To say, all the politicians about bailouts, about everything, just say, hold up your hand and say no. That sums it up. The answer to anybody asking a question in a position of power, supposedly, I'm here to save you or I'm here to screw you, just say no. Just say no. Nancy Reagan had it right, except she was off on a different tangent. But in the financial world, hold up your hand and we're all going to write in ink, no, no, no. No bailouts, nothing. No, go away. You are not going to take my house. No. I love all the people that during the housing crisis that the banks caused and were like trying to repo people's houses, neighborhoods would get together and say, no, you're not coming here. Especially over in Europe and Ireland I remember some great videos. Just say no. The answer is no. Will you pay your taxes? No. I know where my taxes go now. They go into the pockets of the Clinton Foundation. That's where the Ukrainian money, the World Bank money goes to the Clinton Foundation, who was hired to take care of the Ukraine people, just like Haiti. No, just say no. All right, that's what I got for you. Again, we're giving away the Veritaseum token. I see it as a lottery ticket, but if the financial system breaks apart, and if they want to recreate something like a stock market, all of a sudden that lottery tickets turns into something very helpful for humanity. I would say the probabilities increase 1,000% that Veritaseum will be used. Don't forget, the most important thing is they gave Reggie Middleton the patent for peer-to-peer crypto transactions. So you can go into the New York Stock Exchange, implement Veritaseum, take out the criminal in-between bankers, and have peer-to-peer transactions. The buyer of a stock with a seller of a stock using the Veritaseum technology, software, whatever you want to call it, that's what it is. And that's why they were so adamant about taking down Reggie in the most brutal way. And that's why they haven't sold the 98 million of the 100 million tokens. I think this is coming. If you think the system's going to fall apart, we need ways to restart certain systems. Exchanges especially. How are we going to transact in goods and services and all that stuff? We want peer-to-peer. We want no middleman. And that's what Reggie invented. It's that simple. And he got a patent in the United States. There was a reason they gave him the patent. There was a reason. 2 patents in Japan. There was a reason he was awarded the patent. The United States of America throws this guy in jail practically, strips him of all his assets, and then all of a sudden approves his patent. It's a big deal. So go to roadtoruta.com, click on subscribe today. You can buy them on Mercatox if you're savvy with cryptocurrencies. They only swap Ethereum and Bitcoin for Veritaseum. But if you don't know, it's very I've lost more money on that damn exchange. But that's the only place you can get them, as far as I know. There might be other swap areas, but that's how you can get some. Careful, if you go in there with $5,000, you're gonna double the price of Veritaseum. Or if you go in there to sell it, you're gonna cut the price in half. It's so thinly traded compared to every other crypto on the planet. So go check it out. Road to Ruta, subscribe, and we will send it to your front door. Preloaded on a Ethereum wallet. Just stick it in with your silver and wait for the system to crash. This is Bix. I'll talk to you guys later.